live on Facebook now then.
Right now to set up a free design consultation and ask about our special.
A little bit late on Facebook. Sorry about that, folks.
1-800-REMODEL. Call now.
The following program, paid for by Right Path Real Estate, does not necessarily represent the views or opinions of the staff, management, or ownership of this station. It's time to get on the right path with Right Path Real Estate Radio with Tom Perry. Get the answer to your question that's keeping you from taking action and succeeding today.
Welcome to the show. Please come.
Get ready. The guy that will put your fears behind you is on the air now. Taking calls at 713-785-1817. Toll free 877-881-0271.
Populating on my feed yet.
Tom Perry.
All right, guys, hot mics.
Hey, welcome to the show. Right Path Real Estate Radio, 713-785-1817. That's 713-785-1817. Joined live in the studio, Benchmark Insurance.
Good morning.
Hey,
good morning.
Welcome in, man.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
Yeah, man. So I went and saw your new offices, your new digs.
Yeah.
Yeah, for the first time this past week. So love the location. It's easy to get to over there on Loop 610. And up on the North Loop, what do they call that? North Loop.
North Loop West.
Yeah. North Loop West, but you're actually on the eastbound side of North
Right,
Loop West,
right.
right?
Yeah.
Which is, okay. Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a long time coming, man. It's good to be back. Have a nice location. And,
Yeah.
You know, very centralized, easy to get to customers, so
Right.
definitely good. And we have a lot of space now to expand.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's fantastic. Love the upstairs, downstairs, the whole open
Yeah,
concept.
yeah.
Looked like kind of a warehouse. I mean, I love
Right.
all of that. You know, it's become. You probably know WeWork, for example. The way they've redone executive offices and that kind of stuff.
Right.
It had a lot of that look to it. I love
Thank
the
you.
look. So
Thank
yeah.
you.
Fantastic. So quickly, I want to give out your contact information. Insureinvestors.com. That's insureinvestors.com, 281-569-4353. Now, y'all are our go-to insurance guys.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, we were in there in your office and we were talking about, hey, we're doing this deal and we need general liability insurance around. We also, I know that I referred Fast Track to you. They
Right.
get their general liability.
Right.
So y'all do that kind of contractor's general liability, but you also do property insurance. You can
Correct.
do homeowners insurance. You can do vacant dwelling policies. You can do builder's
Builder's
risk
risks.
policy. You can do liability policies. You can do loss of rents, right?
Lots of rents, flood insurance. We write restaurants, retail shopping centers. We basically can write anything and everything that pertains to insurance.
Now, my parents were wanting to get a new Medicare supplement policy. Do y'all do that too?
Yeah, that one's a bit tougher.
Y'all don't do that.
They no longer pay agents for medical insurance.
Yeah, exactly.
So
Right.
There's no benefit to us.
I saw that train coming in 2010, March of 2010.
Yeah.
They did, my carriers, they pulled out immediately, but I got out in March of 2010 out of health insurance. So
Did you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can do group health.
Yep. But why would you?
But why would I? But
Right.
but if you needed to be pointed in the right direction, I can definitely help you there.
Yeah. Okay. So then, one of the things that we love that you have is what does it take to get into a blanket policy on properties? How many properties does it take?
Takes about 3 properties minimum.
Because it's not really about the number of properties; it's about the dollar amount of
About the
premium,
dollar
right?
amount,
So
correct.
what do you need annually on premium dollar amount volume?
Well, not so much annually on premium. I guess it's more so coverage
Okay.
amount. We have to have at least $500,000 in coverage.
So $500,000 in coverage.
So two $250,000 houses.
So if you've got 50, if you're buying $50,000 hole in the wall hood houses, you 3 properties is not the game.
We're gonna need 6 or more.
You're gonna need 10 of them.
Exactly. We need to make a compelling case for why
Yeah.
you need to be on this package. 1 property, 2 properties not gonna quite do it because you're not considered a commercial risk
Right.
until 4 or more.
Okay, so at 4 or more, you're a commercial risk, unless you're combining a couple of more expensive properties. Is that
Correct.
what you're saying? So if
Correct.
I have $200,000 houses, I might be able to do it with 3.
3. Mm-hmm.
Because then I've got $600,000 of properties there. Or I need 4 or more. So that's
Exactly.
really see, guys. This is the kind of details, getting the deets, right?
Exactly.
The kind of details that you need to know. Now, for a brand new investor, we're seeing a lot of people. The stories that we're hearing is that, hey, I'd like to dip my toe into real estate, but I've got my money in a 401k. We even had somebody this past weekend told us, if the market goes down and I lose my money in my 401k,
Right.
I didn't make the decision for all that to happen. So I'm a victim, but it's not my decision. If I make a decision to get into real estate and I lose my money, well, then that's my fault.
Decisions on me.
Yeah. So do you see investors looking at risk in that sort of way?
Yeah, I find all different types of investors.
So what do you see as the biggest risk? You've been a real estate investor for a while yourself.
Right.
So what do you see as the biggest, what caused you to get into real estate investing?
What caused me to get in real estate was watching all of you, deal after deal, week after week. I mean, all these things are crossing my desk.
Yeah.
And slowly realizing I'm missing the train here.
Yeah.
So I felt it was a risk not to invest at
Yeah.
the time because, here we are, our money's just sitting.
Right.
Let's capitalize on some of this, use some of the funds that we have and, do a flip deal or two, have a few buy and holds.
Right.
And try to expand your portfolio as you go. It doesn't have to be, 10 properties this year.
Right.
But
Although it can be. I mean,
be.
Yeah, right.
But set a small goal for yourself. And money's never an issue. I mean, there's so many hard money lenders. There's so
Right.
many lenders out there that will
Right.
give you money. So I really don't like hearing the excuse like, well, I just don't have the funds.
Yeah. You know what we find more often than not, it's the mindset really that stopped people from doing it. Like you had never done it before because you hadn't really seen other
Right.
people doing it
Right.
and didn't really know how to get started. But that's what I love about Right Path is that we've got this whole community of people wanting to help one another.
Right.
And I've always believed that if I can see someone successful doing something, if I'll follow their path, I'll get the same results they get, right?
Exactly.
So, and if I have some questions along the way, it's like we're willing to help out, right?
And most of them are open books.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's not even seen as competition anymore. It's
Right.
like, hey, how can we help one another build this power team, as you say, and try to find the successful way to doing it.
Okay, so do you see some people making mistakes as it relates to us? Ginger says, shout out to Benchmark from Amarillo. You guys
Thank you,
rock.
Ginger.
Okay. And then, morning, fellas. Okay, good. So what are the mistakes that you see people make insurance-wise when they're getting started?
Not contacting an agent that has real estate experience is a first mistake.
Yeah.
Making sure that they specialize in landlord deals or flips. You can't.
Yeah, because if they call up a local Allstate State Farm guy, when you say, "Hey, I want to insure a piece of property," they're thinking homeowners, right?
They're not going to ask the right questions.
Right, yeah.
Okay. Hey, is there any rehab on the property?
Right.
How long is the rehab going to take?
Yeah.
Are you working on the property? Are these your employees? Just basic underwriting questions to ensure the company that you're writing the risk correctly.
So why can I not use the same agent? Like if I have a homeowner's policy, and why can I not just get a regular homeowner's policy? What's wrong with that?
Well, you're misclassifying the property because the property will be
Yeah,
vacant.
but it's not my fault. I mean, if I file a claim that
in that case, the insurance company, that's not an excuse.
they have a reason for denying coverage at that point.
Correct.
Yeah,
Correct. So,
and I don't want to be a negative Nelly here, but what I recognize is not losing money. It to me is the same as making money. Right? There's making money, and then there's not losing money, and that's also making money.
Correct.
If you lose $50,000 on a deal because you've had the wrong kind of insurance, I mean
Right.
that's like not making it. Right?
That's huge.
That's huge. That's massive. And so you're not going to call up a typical agent and say, "Hey, give me a homeowner's policy."
Correct.
So what am I looking for?
Find somebody with real estate experience.
Yeah.
That's worked in the real estate industry. That's possibly an investor, so they understand the mindset.
Yeah.
And then you want to make sure if it's a buy and flip type property, you want to make sure that your builder's risk has water coverage.
Yes.
Most builder's risk out there do not contain water coverage, so pipe leaks, plumbing leaks, things like that.
Yeah,
are
it's not a
covered.
question I think most people even know to ask.
Exactly.
Right.
So make sure you have some sort of water coverage.
Right.
Doesn't need to be, the amount of the house, but 20, 30 grand
Right.
to cover a minor flood.
Yeah, because you can probably where water's typically going to fail is around bathrooms or kitchens.
Right.
Or it's funny. I came back from Harvey and I have a condo and I had no water inside from Harvey, but lo and behold, the air conditioning drain line for the guy that had the unit above me, his has leaked, and I come in and all of my sheetrock for my ceiling in my kitchen was on the floor,
Right.
and it got in the floor all wet and things like that. Good news, it was tile floor, but if it had been a
Wood.
laminate or wood or
Had to been removed.
it would have all had to go.
Biggest thing I see is that they hire plumbers, possibly not insured, not licensed.
Right.
They leave a pipe open, somebody turns the water on.
Yep.
Overnight.
Oops.
Oops. And you have no coverage for that.
Oops.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So also hiring the right contractors, making sure they're insured, making sure that you're listed as an additional insured.
Yeah.
Just some very small details that you can follow to prevent $50,000 losses.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so it's Benchmark Insurance, insureinvestors.com. That's INSURE investors.com, 281-569-4353, 281-569-4353. You're going to be at the big event on Wednesday, right?
Yes,
You're
we'll
going to
be
be
there.
at our event on Thursday, right? So we've got our case study coming up on Thursday. For those of y'all listening, we have an event this evening, and then we have an event on Thursday as well. And you guys, how many events do y'all do a month?
I can't even keep up.
It's a bunch, isn't it?
I mean, at least 7, 8, 9. I mean,
it's a lot.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. So if you're out and about, if you're networking in the real estate investing community in Houston, or y'all are in Dallas, and in fact nationwide now with this website.
We are nationwide.
You can go to insureinvestors.com. You can actually get a quote on the spot from that web portal.
For your out-of-state investors, if you have properties in California, Florida, you name it, put your properties in there. It will give you a quote, very competitive quote, based on your zip code. It's very easy. You can have a policy within 10 minutes.
Now, and with that policy, though, you need to have at least 4 properties,
Correct.
or at least $500,000 of coverage.
Coverage total.
So either one of those, whichever is, I assume, lesser, right?
That is correct.
4 properties or $500,000 of coverage, whichever less.
Correct.
Okay, so it's insureinvestors.com, 281-569-4353, 281-569-4353. Thanks for coming in, man.
Have a great morning. Thank you.
All right, see ya.
Mike's off.
Redneck on Wednesday?
Yeah, Redneck on Wednesday.
And then Thursday's the...
Do y'all do the white ticket event?
No.
Okay, no.
But you're in on Thursday. It's here?
No.
And it's at Crown Plaza. Okay.
Time is money in a real estate deal. If your insurance company is slow or non-responsive, you could lose a deal like that. You need a quick turnaround on quotes or binders? The agency for that is Benchmark Insurance Group of Texas. The team at Benchmark understands the investor mindset. They know what you need and when you need it. We're here for you. Are you a rehabber, wholesaler, buy and hold, or flipper? Bundling your properties on a single policy will help save time and money. Benchmark has been in business for over 10 years, and we insure over 30,000 properties. Contact Benchmark.
Right, yeah, exactly. Right.
Investor package. Call us
like, hey, get
and
ready
we'll
with the
show
dump
you
button.
What we can do for you at 281-569-4353. That's 281-569-4353. Or online at benchmarkbroker.com. That's benchmarkbroker.com. That's 281-569.
Nikki, test 1, 2, 3.
Online.
Hey, you sound good.
All right, cool.
Did you know that there are over $24 trillion in retirement accounts in the U.S.? Imagine if you could use someone's IRA to fund all of your deals. Well, you can. Quest IRA is based locally here in Houston, Texas. At Quest IRA, we
How many
offer
minutes?
retirement accounts that can be used to invest in
2.5.
real estate,
Okay.
promissory notes, private entities, and much more. Many of our clients loan money from their IRAs to fund real estate deals all over the country.
Hey,
We
like
don't
that.
sell any investments
Nice
or
looking-
give advice. However, we do
nice
hold
looking piece.
free networking events, weekly educational classes, and free consultations with an IRA specialist. For more information, visit our website at questira.com or call
You
us
see the
at
backside?
1-855
taking a look at it.
IRAs to tap into the $24 trillion in retirement
think I'm
accounts
close.
in the
Yeah.
U.S.
Give or take.
Call
Kinda
Quest
lose track.
IRA
No, yeah,
at
it's easy to do.
1-855
Well, because it changes all the time, right? Every
Yeah.
every month it changes by a bunch.
questira.com.
Last month
Are
was
you
good, so
expecting to close
good.
accurately, on time, and with lots of communication on your home purchase?
Walked the house
You've come to the
yesterday.
right place. I'm
I
Jennifer
couldn't tell
Hernandez,
if the
Senior
second
Loan
story got
Officer with
added
Legacy
on
Mutual Mortgage.
after
Our
the
goal
house
is to
was
give our borrowers
built
and
originally.
referral partners an
It just had
amazing
a
experience
funky
during the loan process. My
look
team
to it.
believes in putting
yeah,
people
we
and
were at an
culture
appointment
before
yesterday,
results.
and
Our company concentrates on building
we look at the
teams
tax
who
rolls and
operate
we
with
started pulling the
structure,
electrical
process,
meters.
and
There's
recognition for
there's
going
another
the
house in the
extra mile
back.
For you.
Oh yeah.
This way, we have the
And it's not
energy to
metered.
make this
It's
your
not.
best
So it's
it's-
all running off the
ever.
front
Give us a
running
call
off the
today
first,
to find out the
and it's
simple
almost
steps
got
to
double
get
the square
started.
foot
I'm Jennifer
Of the first
Hernandez
house?
of the first
with the
house,
Hernandez team
and
at
on the
Legacy
tax rolls it only shows
Mortgage.
one. And I'm sitting there going-
So they built a whole second house with no permits?
With no permits.
And it's not recognized by the county on tax rolls.
Yeah, so that's going to be just. I tried explaining that. My lead guy explained that to the seller and said, "Hey, look, because I think
Equal housing
because
opportunity lender.
I've seen them backtrack the taxes.
Oh yeah, sure, right.
I mean, as soon as they Google Earth
Yeah,
it,
right.
and all, and I'm like, but we got to move.
Then call
Yeah.
Fast Track
Pass.
Remodeling
Yeah,
at
right.
832-742-9992 or reach
I
us
hadn't
on
seen
the
that in a
web
while,
at
but I have seen it before.
fasttrackremodeling.com.
But
Well, I think the square footage was right in HCAT, but
whether it's a flip rehab
but
or a
it
rental
just
rehab,
it looked
we
it
manage
looked
every
wonky
aspect
the
of
way
a
it
rehab
was
from
just
start
kind of
to finish
stuck
with
in
a
this
highly
middle. And
efficient,
then when I walked in,
standardized
it looked
Over
like
the
there was a
last 6
double
years,
header.
Fast
The
Track
way
has completed over 700 projects.
so did it
Which
overhang
has
more,
helped us to
or was it
create
just
our
bigger than
3
all the
keys
other
to success.
houses?
it
Use
no,
a detailed
there
scope
was
of
there's a
work
house
so that
across the
everything
street
gets
that's
done.
same square
Train and
footage. So
maintain quality crews
yeah,
so
but
it gets done
totally
right,
different
and
design
complete
and
the
all
work in
that.
a
Just
proper order
it
so it
it
gets
just
done
didn't look
fast.
like it.
No more
It,
managing
it
it
just looked like
yourself,
this
no
square
more
box that was
15
just set on
seconds.
top of the house, right?
Man, we did an interesting job for you guys last week. Pretty
yeah.
interesting.
Which one?
I don't know.
Yeah,
if
that's
you
right.
guys- Had a large tree that you guys actually removed.
Yeah, I know which one you're talking about. Yeah, Richvale or something. Richvale down in Clear Lake.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
But it passed on tolerances. But that's one of those very unique,
Yeah, right.
So
You guys ready?
Yeah, why not?
All right, fellas, here we go. Hot mics.
Hey, welcome back, Right Path Real Estate Radio. We did a quick change during the break. I'm now joined with Brandon. He's with Foundation Check. That's foundationcheck.com, 346-702-3825, 346-702-3825. Hey, welcome to the show.
hey, Tom, good to be back. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, so for those of y'all that listen during the break on the Book of Faces, it's facebook.com, like our Right Path Real Estate page. And we were talking a little bit. You did a job for us, and so I want to explain to the listeners what it is you do, who you are, all that kind of stuff. So y'all are a foundation check company, but you don't do foundation repair. So what most investors, what most homeowners do when they start sensing some movement, either they see cracks in the outside brick, or they start feeling a slope inside the house, or they start noticing doors are sticking or swinging open or swinging closed, things like that. And they're like, oh, I sense foundation movement. So they'll want to find out how bad the damage is, right? So they get a foundation company out there. Oftentimes they'll call some of the names that get advertised on TV, right? And they'll say, hey, how much is it going to cost to fix this? And oftentimes it's $15,000, $20,000, whatever that number is, right? And so everybody knows foundation's a big deal. But you guys come out, and those guys, I promise, if you got 3 of the major companies that advertise, you're going to get 3 different solutions. You're going to get 3 different prices. They're going to be all over the map from $10,000 to $25,000, right? I mean, sure. But when you get you guys out there, you're not trying to level the house, because that's not what's required to be financeable on a piece of real estate. What's required is you have to be within building tolerance is what it's called. So what's the difference between what a foundation company would do and trying to level the house versus building tolerance? What's that mean to an investor?
Sure, absolutely. Well, I think the biggest thing is that a foundation company is also going to try to get within tolerances.
Sure.
They're not going to try, the goal is to get to 0.
Yep.
But in general, our post-tension slabs, and our slabs are designed to bend, hopefully not break. And in our soils, based where we live at, our clay soils, they're always moving. There is no such thing, in my opinion, as a level home. Just because if you're on a post-tension slab, the only way you would be truly level is if you're on a bell-bottom pier and you're up above and you're 25, 35, 40 feet deep. So. But in
that's
general,
really more on a pier and beam type of house, right?
Yeah, or a custom built home in Memorial or West U, wherever it may be. So, so our approach is, when you hire us, you're the client, and our goal is not only to look for the corrective pier work, which is corrective pier work would be installing the piers, but also is there anything that we can do, whether it's a heavy watering pattern, whether it's removal of a tree, or we don't like necessarily remove them all the time, but in the case we're going to talk about a little later, it was a good idea. We talk about root barrier, we talk about drainage. There's other facets in order to get your foundation to perform without having necessarily to do corrective pier work all the time.
Right.
In some cases, though, where the tolerances are so far outside, yes, corrective pier work has to be done. And that's where the foundation companies come in. So, our goal is not to do that work necessarily.
Right.
But if the foundation does require it, then we will do that pier install. We'll do the drawing. Basically, we come out, we do the assessment, we'll do a written report for you with some pictures, give you our recommendations and conclusions, and then more importantly, you get an AutoCAD drawing to scale. That scale drawing is going to be to 1/10 of a degree. It'll actually show you the measurements of the foundation if it's up or down.
So when you say to 1/10, so you're like your measurements, it'll show like it's 3.1 inches in this spot, or it's negative 1.7 in this spot, etc.
That's correct.
And you're trying to look for a zero spot someplace in the house.
That's
How do
correct.
you normally pick your zero spot? How's that different? Because that's one of the things I've noticed different about you guys versus how a foundation company typically does it.
Yeah, and finding the zero is you have to have a baseline starting point
Sure,
at some point.
right.
And some foundation companies go to the high point.
Correct.
Okay.
Why would they do that?
Well, because if you start at a high point, that means the rest of the foundation, the only way you can go is up.
Right.
Okay. And that would cause you to install piers. Well, that's what they're in the business of doing. With us, we take a more neutral approach. So traditionally in post-tension slabs, the last area to get affected is traditionally the middle of the home.
Okay.
The majority of failures that we see usually start on the exterior. And then, once
Front right, front left, back
Corners.
right, back left. Yeah, got it.
corners, or if you have an L-shaped house and your
Sure.
garage comes out,
Right.
That is where you're potentially the most, where you're going to get the most deflection or the most efficiency.
Okay.
So we like to look for the center of the home. And our point, our 0 point is a point where you can look at our drawing, and also anybody can go to that point. It's not like it's a mythical,
Right.
stuck in a closet
Right, yeah,
somewhere.
yeah, right.
We want a common place where you can start your measurements, whether you use a 6-foot level, where you use, a $2,000 level with being a zip level.
Right.
Whatever that we can start identifying as our starter point in order for us to measure the foundation. So
Okay. So you're using a 0 point, they're using a high point. What difference does that make when you're doing your analysis then?
Yeah. Well, I mean, if they start at the high point and they have any deflection downward, it's going to cause the foundation to fail.
Yeah.
Okay. With us, we're looking for that neutral, unbiased, point, hopefully, where and it's not always in the center, because we have measured slabs where it's caved in the center.
Sure, right.
I mean, it does happen, but probably 90% of the time, we try to find that zero starting in that neutral area. So.
Okay, so in that neutral area, and so really, from the highest point in the house to the lowest point could be 2 inches, right? Or sometimes it's 3 or things like that. But if you're measuring from a 0 point that's in the middle of the house, it may only be an inch up in the high point and an inch low. So you've only got an inch of deflection versus 2 inches of deflection. So 2 inches may be out of tolerance, 1 inch is not, depending on the span. And so that's really what one of the differences is how you take the measurements could make the difference on the exact same house if you're within building tolerance or not.
Sure, and the same thing goes. Let's say you're in a 1,000 square foot house.
Right.
That tolerance level is going to be shorter than if you're in a
4,000,
Woodlands
sure.
4,000 square foot
Right.
home. The Woodlands house is going to have more variable because it's got more square foot.
Right.
And the tolerances are going to be a little bit bigger in that house. So, and you won't feel it. You can feel an 1.5 inch drop in a 1,000 square foot house in
Right.
a 10-foot area, but in a larger home, you may or may not feel it.
Have you found the more you've walked houses, the more you can feel the differences from house to house? Or not?
I'll be honest with you. I mean, I have walked houses, and as an investor myself,
Yeah.
I've walked houses and said, "Man, this thing looks good to go. Hey, let's load up. Let's start painting, construction,
sure,
and
right.
laying tile." But then we come out and measure it, and that Zippo doesn't lie. And I've had houses where we've had some exterior brick mortar cracking. It just does not look right.
Yeah.
And then we measure the foundation,
And it's all within tolerance.
and it's within tolerances. So
Wow.
at this point, I take my opinion out
Yeah.
until what the data tells me.
Right. So you look only at the data. Do you ever travel with a marble? I know some experienced investors I know, they travel with a marble in their pocket all the time, and
Marble, golf ball,
Yeah, right.
6 foot level.
Yeah.
So, but yeah. I mean, it's one of those things where the data does not lie. So.
Okay, so hello, Tom. How long should I wait to follow up on us? Oh, that's not a Brandon question. So we'll get to that later. So,
Sure.
All right. So it's foundationcheck.com. That's foundationcheck.com. 346-702-3825. 346-702-3825. So how long is it taking you to get out and take a look at a house now?
I tell you what, we are fast and furious, but we are catching up. So,
Nice.
I know probably last month we were super busy. We were running a little bit late on reports. It's taking about 3 to 4 days, but we're back down to 2 now.
And so you normally also are always up with the moisture. How's the moisture doing? We had quite a bit of rain last week. Did that get us caught up?
Yeah.
Are we behind? Are we ahead? Are we?
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, you're non-weather guy here. But,
You're right, yeah.
But we're a little bit above. We're about 30, 31 inches, depending where you're at. More importantly, I think over the last 30 days, 60 days, is the weather pattern more than anything. What is it? A week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago? Man, it was 10 days of dry air.
Yeah, we were almost in a drought, right?
I mean, and it was
Sahara dust was coming in, right? It was really super dry.
And then we had 3 or 4 days where we had a good amount of moisture. So
Right.
it's we're right where we need to be at for the year. It's just that the patterns right now, dry, wet.
It's almost like it's super dry and then super wet and then super dry. And from a foundation health standpoint, what many investors may not know is that's not necessarily a good thing.
Right.
It's not an average. What you really want is long soaking rains, just like a soft drizzle over a long period of time. That's the best. Now, in terms of soaker hoses, we know a lot of people that put soaker hoses and they put them right up next to the foundation, but you say that's not a good idea.
Yeah, too close to the foundation is, I see a lot of people, sometimes they have good intentions. They put them right next to the foundation. We recommend a minimum of 5 feet away. And that's not going to allow pooling around the foundation. It's going to have the correct moisture content all the way through. So sprinkler management is also one of our big keys if you have, sprinklers. But the problem is majority of our rent houses don't have sprinkler systems, but maybe your personal residence does, so
2 minutes.
anything along those ways in order to make sure that your moisture content is the same.
Right.
Consistency is what
It's
you're
not just
looking for.
consistency. It's a consistency front to back and left to right. You want it to be the same moisture. It doesn't matter if it's rising or falling as long as it's rising or falling together, right? Yeah.
Well, and also remember, up and down is called deflection. And I've seen houses where let's say you're facing the house, the left side of the property has a lot of moisture. Let's say your neighbor has sprinklers and you don't.
Right.
Well, that causes the foundation. We also measure tilt.
Right.
We don't see a lot of houses fail on tilt. It's usually deflection, which is the up and down or the roller coaster of the foundation. But we have seen cases where the tilt, your neighbor, something is going on where the left side of the property, a broken sewer pipe, whatever it may be, is causing that moisture to be really too much, and he loses the structural integrity. So.
Okay. So you're listening to Right Path Real Estate Radio. Our number is 713-785-1817. It's foundationcheck.com, foundationcheck.com, 346-702-3825. If you want to have a complete picture of what's going on with your foundation, take all the risk out before you buy the property, give Foundation Check a call or contact them on their website, or you can give them a text, 346-702-3825. I know you do great through text, especially when you're driving down the road, right?
Yep, I hear you. We tried to take all the technical calls. Text does work. So, we've been in business since 2009, done over 1,700 evaluations here locally.
That's amazing.
And it continues to stack on every single year. So,
all right. Well, thanks for coming in.
All right, Tom.
Thanks
Thank you
for being on the show.
Okay.
All right.
Mic's off.
Okay, so Oscar, I'm going to answer your question during the break. How long should I wait to follow up on a seller after an appointment and give him my offer? He said he had to think about it and talk to his wife. It's been since Friday that I went on the appointment. Should I wait or call him? Yeah, I'd call him. I mean,
if you have cracks in your brick, doors that stick, or sheetrock that's coming apart, then you may have foundation movement.
And Carl is on hold for Anderson.
All right, cool.
Probably not a
so
question.
Carl's
if
up
you have
next.
movement,
Awesome. Great.
but when.
Thanks.
Call Foundation Check for a truly independent, unbiased foundation evaluation. Foundation Check has been in business since 2009
See you, man.
and has completed over 1,400 evaluations.
We're not in the business of repairing foundations or selling you unnecessary pier work, but we are in the business of evaluating your foundation. Our product.
Yeah, Oscar, one of the questions that I like to ask when I'm going out making an offer is, hey, assuming that we get to a number, what do you see happening next? Because I'm not in the offer-making business. I'm in the house-buying business. And I don't really even want to make an offer unless I know that that's going to lead to being able to buy the house, assuming that we agree on the number. And then when we make our offer, I always want to make sure I'm going down the numbers close. And so there's not really much to think over when, if we do all the steps up on the front end. So
cash out of pocket as possible. Jet Lending also sets up a repair escrow fund to help you with repair costs. Jet Lending has originated over 2,000 loans in Texas, valued at over $250 million. Jet Lending will help you evaluate your deals for free and give you feedback on value, cost of repairs, and potential loan amount. Jet Lending is your fast and friendly hard money
And Oscar, have you been to our weekend event?
And seasoned professionals. Call 281-872-7800.
And hey, Glenda,
or email us at
did you get back with that agent yesterday?
Oh, and don't forget about our famous Third Wednesday Super Investor Networking Meeting. Lots of fun, lots of great real estate talk. We'll see you there.
Are you a realtor or seller that is concerned about the new TRID rules and closing on time? I'm Jennifer Hernandez, Senior Loan Officer at Legacy Mutual Mortgage, and we have mastered the 30-day close. We close on time, accurately, and with tons of communication. You'll have a dedicated team of a coordinator and a contract-to-close associate. Give me a call today at 713-579-3611, and let's talk about how we can help you on your next transaction. NMLS 514497.
Okay, perfect.
Time is money in a real estate deal. If your insurance company is slow or non-responsive, you could lose a deal like that. You need a quick turnaround on quotes, binders, and the agency for that is Benchmark Insurance Group of Texas. The team at Benchmark understands the investor mindset. They know what you need and when you need it. It's there for you. Call Houston's leading real estate risk management experts, Benchmark Insurance Group of Texas, 281-569-4353. That's 281-569-4353. Or online at benchmarkbroker.com.
You found or inherited a great investment property. Problem is, you don't know how much it's worth, or more importantly, what to do to maximize your investment while mitigating risk. This is exactly why we started NextGen
45
Appraisals.
seconds.
Okay.
NextGen is a group of appraisers specializing in investment real estate. We understand that investors aren't just looking for a number of what their property is worth, but a comprehensive analysis of the market. Give NextGen a call at 713-346-9911 or check us out online at nextgenappraisals.com.
Taxes. Just the sound of that word makes people cringe. At Anderson Advisors, we provide tax reduction through asset protection for real estate investors throughout the country. Our unique philosophy has CPAs, lawyers, bookkeepers, and estate planners with one common goal, helping you, the real estate investor. Check us out today at andersonadvisors.com, and don't forget to tell us you heard about us at Right Path Real Estate.
This is Business 1110.
All right, Tom, hot mics.
Hey, welcome back. Right Path Real Estate Radio, 713-785-1817. And we've got people following us on the Book of Faces at Right Path Real Estate. Go to Facebook.com, like our page, Right Path Real Estate. You'll see the little RP logo, all of that. So join live via our call-in hotline. Carl with Anderson Advisors. Welcome to the show, Carl.
Thank you. How y'all doing this morning?
I'm doing very well, thanks. How are you doing?
Doing great. Kind of coming at you today from live on location. I'm actually at one of our, we're teaching a structure implementation class this week. So
Oh, fantastic.
I feel like I'm reporting from the field.
Yeah, we go live out in the field to our on-site field reporter. Yeah. Either CNN or Fox News, look out, here he comes, depending on your flavor, right?
That's right.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, we're politically unbiased here. So I'm not going to give my own personal political views. This is a real estate investing show, not a political show, right? Hey, so we do talk a lot about
I'm gonna go the same route.
Yeah, so we always talk about the three-legged stool when you come on. You want to touch on that? What the three legs of the stool are?
Yeah, so for our perspective, there's, number one, you want to be legally protected, so we want to protect you from liability risk. Number two is we want to have an eye on tax planning. And number three is we need to take into consideration the lendability of our clients because that's a sliding scale. Sometimes you're looking to get a loan, sometimes you're not. Depends where you are in your process. So I consider those the three legs as far as from our perspective on that.
Yeah, perfect. So how does somebody get started going to Anderson Advisors? So if I'm looking to get started in real estate investing, I mean, shouldn't I get a couple of deals under my belt before I contact you?
Nope, I would actually argue the opposite. I think it's a good place to start with us, so that way you don't have to go undo anything you already did if you didn't do it the right way. Best way to get started with us is to attend one of our asset protection events, but you also have the option of giving us a call, and we can also have a phone consultation with you as well to kind of show you what path you should be taking and the ease to get there. I mean, that's kind of what kind of sucks the time out of most investors is, number one, they may not be absolutely clear on what's the best path to get where I want to go, or what type of deals should I be doing, or what am I best suited for in the beginning to get to my ultimate goal. So I would say I would actually do it before you started doing your deals if you just wanted to have a look. But that being said, if you've already done a couple deals, great. We can get you moving forward on whatever else you're planning to do in this upcoming year and after that.
Yeah, I'm sure we, like you, have seen plenty of people that make mistakes in how they've set up whatever it is they're trying to do. And then they get a little bit down the road and they go, oh my gosh, I didn't realize that what I did 2 years ago in establishing this is really messing me up today in terms of where I'm trying to get to. What I love about you guys is if you take a brand new investor, they don't have to look 2 years down the road and go, oh my gosh, I wish I hadn't have done that 2 years ago, right? I mean, they get started on the right path from the very get-go.
Absolutely, and it's one of those things. I mean, the biggest things we see with new clients that come in, or folks that actually, come to one of our asset protection events, is they always say, "Oh man, I wish I would have known about this earlier." And the most common scenarios we see is, number one, they've either got everything they own in one LLC, which is dangerous, kind of the old eggs in one basket adage.
Yeah.
Or number two is they've got mixed usage in that LLC as well, meaning they've got long-term holds with flips, and they're just taking a bath on tax. We all believe in paying your fair share, but we don't believe in leaving a tip when you pay your tax bill.
Right. Yeah, it's okay to pay your fair share. You don't want to pay more than necessary, but you also don't want to be so great at minimizing your tax burden that you look like you make no money, in which case you don't become bankable, right?
Absolutely, and that's where we get into that sliding scale. At different points, you're trying to be, you may be trying to get financing. So there's different options in there. Most commonly, or the one that's used the most, is if you have a C Corp in the mix, when you're going to take a W-2 wage. And everybody says, well, I'm paying taxes on that. Well, it's like, well, yeah, you will be paying taxes on a salary you take, but if you need to get financing, you need to get financing, and you need to be fundable. Otherwise, you're not moving the ball forward at all. So while you may take a little bit of a hit while you're in that financing mode, you're able to put more deals under your belt, and the ultimate net of what you're gaining out of it is usually the juice is worth the squeeze.
Yeah, I think we all know of people that have the lifestyle of making $150,000 or $200,000 a year, but because they own their own business, they expense so many different things. They have the income as if they're making $25,000 or $30,000 a year when they're paying their taxes because they run so many expenses through the business, and they don't show very much in income. But we all know those guys that go, well, but I can't buy a house because it only looks like I make $30,000 a year, and it's like, yeah. You kind of shot yourself in the foot on that one, right? And so owning your own business is great, but you got to be able to set it up so that you're bankable as well.
Absolutely. We call that house rich, cash poor.
Yes.
So,
yeah.
And you see that scenario over and over again. So like I said, what our basic idea is, and it's different, and that's why the need for an individual consult is so important because everybody's different. But depending on your needs, your wants, your wishes, and where you plan to go, you need to have a strategy in place. Otherwise, you could end up spending more time on things than you need to. And as real estate investors, everybody knows time is money.
Absolutely. And you know what I've learned along the way is there's so many things that I can be doing for myself. I can figure out my taxes myself. I can figure out my corporate structure myself. I can figure out how to do the rehab myself. I can figure out how to lay tile myself. I can figure out how to paint the house myself. It's like all these different things I can do, but there's only going to be one or two of them that I'm really a 10 at. And most things, it's difficult to be a 10 at them unless you're doing them every day on a regular basis. And so taxes and accounting and all of that's not something I want to do on a daily basis. That's why I outsource that to you guys so that I can, let the 10s handle it. That's what we say in Right Path is let the 10s do it. And so I gave Anderson Advisors a call. All you need to do is go to rightpathap.com. That's rightpathap.com, 1-800-706-4741. That's 1-800-706-4741. So how quickly can somebody get started using you guys?
As soon as they have their consult.
So if I give you a call today,
immediately.
Do you do the consult over the telephone right then? Do I schedule it in the future? What's that process look like?
So that process is kind of going to depend on who's calling in. So if you've got, we'll say, okay, are you willing to speak with an advisor now, or would tomorrow be better? So it depends on a little bit of flexibility of schedule, but generally if you're ready to set up a phone consult, we can get to you same day.
Okay, and then what kind of things do I need to have ready in order to be able to have a consult with you guys? Do I need to have my goals in place? Do I need to have what I've already done? Do I need to have my corporate docs? Is this kind of like applying for a loan? What information do I have to go through?
We just need so to starting out, we just need your basic information. So number one, if you've got, we're going to need to know what your income level is. We're going to need to know what investments you currently have, where you're looking to move to, meaning where you're looking to move forward in. Are you doing buy and holds? Are you doing quick turns? Are you just wholesaling right now? So having your general investment portfolio, but as far as the specific documents, not necessary in the beginning. We can deal with that a little bit further down the road. We just kind of need to know what you're doing, what kind of taxes you're looking at. So you don't need a tax return, but just some general guidance on where you're at. Then we can put together a strategy, and then we can start working from there. And then that's when we start asking for some of the minute details if we need them. But it's just a good general overview of what's going on. So usually what happens is when, say, if you were to come to a asset protection class, is we hand out a paper in the beginning. We call our asset questionnaire, and it just takes down what you have, what you're making. Say if you're W-2 and salary, do you have retirement accounts? What's your average tax burden on a yearly basis? What investment properties you have? Do you currently have any LLCs or corporations we need to know about? And then, it's just kind of a general rundown. So with the phone consult, most folks have a good general idea of what they have. That being said, if you've got, 100 different properties, you probably want to have something in front of you letting you know where they are, kind of what they're doing, because after you get to a pretty high level there, some of that stuff becomes a little foggy in your mind, or you forget about one or two.
Yeah, that's what a spreadsheet's for, right?
Absolutely.
2 minutes.
Right. Okay, so you can also go to rightpathap.com. You can get started right there. There's a Get Started button on rightpathap.com, and it says Get a Free Consultation. There's also, you can learn more by getting an Invisible Investor Strategy book that you can download right there. And then there's 3 steps to creating an invisible investor strategy. There's also maximizing your profits and protection through long-term buy and hold real estate investing. And then they also have a whole section about what makes Anderson Advisors unique. One of the things that I love is y'all are real estate investors yourselves.
Yep, absolutely. We do, and I handle all sorts of businesses. So that's one thing a lot of folks come to us with as well. They say, okay, well, I know you guys handle real estate, but do you handle my type of business? Or I've got a AC and heating business. Now, do I have to go somewhere else to deal with that? Nope. We deal with all sorts of businesses. We have doctors we work with. We have lawyers. We have, construction companies. We run the whole gambit. But yeah, we practice what we preach. So Clinton Covey themselves, I think, bought or have well over 100 single-family residences they rent already. So it's built on making it ease of use for the real estate investor. And, Toby's actually got a great saying that kind of permeates our entire investor base, and it's ownership is not doership. So, like you said as well, why not have somebody take care of the details with compliance, liability protection, tax, so you can be out there getting the next deal done versus trying to wade through those waters you may not be necessarily familiar with. Use an expert.
Okay, go to rightpathap.com. That's rightpathap.com at 1-800-706-4741, 1-800-706-4741. Hey, Carl, thanks for being on the show.
Absolutely. Thank you all for having me.
All right, thanks. Bye-bye.
Mic's off.
All right. Cool. Oh, man. I need to stretch. Oh.
Hi, Clint Coons here, attorney and avid real estate investor. You know the greatest mistake real estate investors make is not understanding the potential liability that exists from owning real estate. At Anderson Business, Legal, and Tax Advisors, we specialize in protecting real estate investors in all 50 states. In addition to structuring your business for optimum protection, we provide guidance so you pay the least amount of taxes available under the law. We have 150 employees that range from lawyers to CPAs to estate planners and much more. Download our free ebook, The Invisible Investor Strategy, today at AndersonAdvisors.com.
So good morning, Mom and Dad. Kind of interesting watching my dad say good morning to my mom on Facebook.
706-4741. Anderson Business Advisors will help you keep more of what you earn.
So 3 minutes?
Today at 800-706-4741.
Yes.
All right, be right back.
And mention Right Path Real Estate.
Are you a realtor or seller that is concerned about the new TRID rules and closing on time? I'm Jennifer Hernandez, Senior Loan Officer at Legacy Mutual Mortgage, and we have mastered the 30-day close. We close on time, accurately, and with tons of communication. You'll have a dedicated team of a coordinator and a contract-to-close associate. Give me a call today at 713-579-3611, and let's talk about how we can help you on your next transaction. NMLS 514497.
Real estate investors, if you're not familiar with Quest IRA, let me tell you what you're missing. We've got free weekly educational classes, networking opportunities, and the ability to tap into trillions of dollars for your real estate investing deals. Come by our office or join us remotely as we simulcast all of our educational classes every Tuesday morning and evening. For more information, call us at 1-855-FUN-IRAs or visit our website at questira.com.
Time is money in a real estate deal. If your insurance company is slow or non-responsive, you could lose a deal like that. You need a quick turnaround on quotes, binders, and the agency for that is Benchmark Insurance Group of Texas. The team at Benchmark understands the investor mindset. They know what you need and when you need it. It's there for you. Call Houston's leading real estate risk management experts, Benchmark Insurance Group of Texas, 281-569-4353. That's 281-569-4353. Or online at benchmarkbroker.com.
Are you looking for an investor-friendly general contractor for your investment property? Then call Fast Track Remodeling at 832-742-9992 or reach us on the web at fasttrackremodeling.com.
Fast Track Remodeling specializes in turnkey remodeling of single-family investment properties, whether it's a flip rehab or a rental rehab. No more managing it yourself. No more doing the work yourself. Fast Track Remodeling really does manage it all.
So give us a call today at 832-742-9992.
Selecting a foundation company and their product for repair is a lot like a game of chance. You simply don't know what you're going to get. The foundation repair industry as a whole doesn't carry a license, nor is it regulated. However, Foundation Check utilizes professional engineers to review all of our files to give you the best foundation analysis in today's market. Remember to check before every repair. Call 346-702-3825 or you can reach us online at foundationcheck.com.
You found or inherited a
30
great
seconds.
investment property.
Yup.
Problem is, you don't know how much it's worth, or more importantly, what to do to maximize your investment while mitigating risk. This is exactly why we started NextGen Appraisals. NextGen is a group of appraisers specializing in investment real estate. We understand that investors aren't just looking for a number of what their property is worth, but a comprehensive analysis of the market. Give NextGen a call at 713-346-9911 or check us out online at nextgenappraisals.com.
This is Business 1110.
All right, here we go. Hot mic.
Hey, welcome back. Right Path Real Estate Radio. So what I want to tell you about is we've got a brand new Right Path to Financial Freedom workshop. And our next one is going to be actually this evening. It's going to be at 6:30. I recommend showing up at 6. All you need to do is go to rightpathrealestate.com, register for that event. You know, I was talking to Ryan yesterday morning. He said he had a little get-together with family members and his mom and some of her friends, things like that. And there's a common theme that we seem to be running into is that people, as they're getting closer and closer to retirement, they've done the math. And if you haven't done the math on what it's going to take for you to retire, you might want to take a look at that. There's a rule of 25 that you need to know about that simply says that you should have, at the time of your retirement, you should have whatever amount it is that you want to make on a monthly basis. Multiply that times 12. That's going to give you an annual number. Take that number, multiply it times 25, and that's how much you need to have in savings in order to be able to retire based on that amount of money. And so let's say you want to make $5,000 a month, which is $60,000 a year. Simply multiply that times 25. So what's 60,000 times 25 is $1.5 million in retirement savings in order to be able to live off of $60,000. And the only assumptions we're really making there is that you're going to get a 7% rate of return, which is pretty conservative. Not ultra conservative, because it's not like you can stick it in a CD or a savings account, something like that. You're actually going to have to invest that money, and you earn a 7% rate of return. And then the other thing that we're accounting for is about a 3% rate of inflation. So if you can do that, then you can retire on about $60,000 a month. Or excuse me, a year, about $5,000 a month. Now, double that if you want $10,000, and you just figure out whatever your number is, multiply times 25. Now, here's when a lot of people do the math. What we find is a lot of people, that's not going to get them there. When they look at the time frame that they want to get there, the good news is that with leveraged real estate, there's actually 6 different ways to make money in single-family houses. And what we see is a lot of people in their 401k, they've got money invested, but it's invested in stuff they really don't understand. One of the tips that experts give about investing is invest in things that you know. And I would argue that almost anyone knows what a single-family house is. And that it's not, there's not a lot of moving parts on it, things like that, it's foundation, it's roof, it's plumbing, it's HVAC, those 4 basic systems. And other than that, there's only a few other things to know. But all the numbers are very learnable. And if you compare it to any other investment, it's the absolute best investment for retiring yourself quicker rather than later. All you need to do is go to rightpathrealestate.com. Register for our Right Path to Financial Freedom workshop. We're doing one this evening at 6:30. It is absolutely free of charge. We're going to do the comparison with you so that you compare what you're doing now to what you could be doing in real estate. And a lot of people tell me, well, Tom, isn't that scary to get started? You know what? What I'll tell you is there's a cost for making changes in your life, and there's a cost for staying the same. Oftentimes people will stay the same because they're in a rut. And you don't want to find yourself in a rut if you want to build a better financial future. Thanks for listening, guys. Jason, I'll be in the studio live tomorrow. And thanks for hanging in there, guys.
All right, Tom, have a good one.
All right, thanks, you too. Bye-bye.